Okay. Can you see my slide? Okay. Shall I start my presentation right now? Okay. Okay. Can you hear me clearly? Okay. Good morning, everyone. I hope so. You have a nice weekend in this week. So my name is Heng. Today is my honor to be a presenter to indicate about the durian production in Thailand, and also come from agriculture in Setsat University, Bangkok, Thailand. And for this, the objective of this presentation, I'm gonna discuss about to tell the proper sampling durian for growth and irrigation system, fertilizer application, pruning, disease, pest control management, and harvesting processing. So firstly, I would like to introduce about a scientific name of durian, which is called Durio symbatinus. And the common name we call it is durians, and the Asian people, they call it the king of fruit. And the genus, it is Durio L, and the variety and the cultivar that we found in Thailand, Montong, Chani, and Can Yao. And we already known about the durian is the horticultural orchard fruit, which is mean it is a perennial orchard fruit tree that take 3 years to 5 years start from sampling until fruiting. And durian, it has the own uniques of the smell. It's mean like it has the intense aroma and sweet like air flesh with the yellow color of the meat. And for the exocap, they have a thorns, which is the symbol of the durian's fruits. And durian fruit introduced in tropical country as a commercial product, especially in Thailand. For the material and methods, would like to say the first we have firstly we have to choose the sampling durian selection that we have to consider with the variety and the cultivar. Variety is mean the interbreeding between two species, but it occurs by the natures. But cultivar, it is the occur by the humans or farmers that have to interbreed with two different species. And include that we have to consider with the side of the sampling. For example, in these pictures that I show you, we have to looking at the side of the young plants before we choose by seeing the health and strong of variety. For example, like Musang King, which is very resistant with disease resistant and pathogen. Then Montong, and the quality and the quantity, like farmers most concerned about that, because most of the farmers, they want to get the high yield of the product of their own business. So, and then we have to looking at the good genetic and good variety of the durian. For example, like Montong, that have the good gel of the product and has the high quality with the sweetness of the meat. And for the last one, it is like the high efficiency of the rootstock. Like in this picture, you can see for Thai farmer, they try to make the 4 rootstock do the propagate, and can help durian itself to absorb a lot of nutrient and then can grow fast and get with the high quality and the quantity of the product. And after that, we have to do the transplant. So, and then we have to think about the soil amendment that we have to improve our soil field. For example, like if the soil has the high uh, pH, it means base, something like that. But if the soil have the low pH, and we have to treat it by put the the chemical base, for example, like calcium carbonates, to improve soil between a low pH to a high acidity, to make it balance with the base. And then we have to do the soil preparation by dig the pit of the soil with the depth with the half of the meters, and then we farmers put it like apply the fertilizers with the organic matters, mineral, manure or crop residue, like legumes. It can stimulate the microorganism inside the soil, and the rootstock of the durian itself can absorb a lot of nutrient and mineral, and then it can induce durian to grow fast and bigger. And also the standard space that we have to consider as well, because it is very important that can allow plant to do the air ventilation and aeration, like allow the air came across to the soil, to the canopy, and then can remove all the insects or the pathogens or the bacteria from the canopy itself of the durians. And for the shade of the covering, we have to do with the multicultural crops by growing bananas. For example, you can imagine we can grow the banana row next to durians, and then it can provide the financial income and provide the canopy for young durian to survive and to grow, to protect it from the high temperatures and high heat from the sun. And irrigation system, we have to supply it by using a sprinkler with the fertigation. And after 6 months, we have to do the branchings, preparations, or branch architecture. And the material that we have to use, the most important material like pruning scissors or handsaw, and those material implements, make sure it has to disinfect it or have to be clean to get it of the contaminated by the bacteria, virus, or pathogens. And the purpose of branching architecture, it is to induce the synthetic light reaction, to stimulate or to do the exchange, to transform from chemical reaction, or to transform light to be energy, ATP, and then produce the carbohydrate and provide the air ventilation that, as I mentioned earlier, to get rid of the disease, pathogen, virus, and bacteria. And for the irrigation system, so from my perspective, I would like to introduce promote farmer to do the integrated farm by raising aquatic culture, like raising fish, prawn, crab inside of the lake, and then cultivate plant with the morning glory or water cyanids that can make a double financial income for farmers to take that financial income to invest to their main product. And for this pictures is the irrigation tool that we use the sprinklers with the fertigation. So for the fertigation, it means like we use the mineral or fertilizers, like especially like liquid fertilizers that contain with the micronutrient like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, or calcium, or magnesium, sulfur, and then we put it in a tank, and then we pump it from the lake, and then like the water is generated by the generators, and then pump it, and then we have the pipe, the tap that can control here. You can imagine like maybe over here, and we can control it, the pressures of the waters that can transport to the different tree of the durians. And for the fertilizers support demand, the two main like organic fertilizers and chemical fertilizer. For the organic fertilizers that we have to use, for example, like the organic matters, the compost, like in this picture you can see, and bone animals and manure, cow dung, goat, chicken, or green manure. Those are all things that are benefit for durian growth development. And mulchings, which is mean like to do something to cover the soil, to prevent the soil compaction, and to improve the microorganism inside the soil, and to make the soil have the aeration, to do the oxygen exchange, and the chemical fertilizer. And we have to looking at NPK, which is the most important. Like N is nitrogen, the ratios, like for example like this that I show you here, and 8:33, which is vegetative growth, and 8:24:24 induce the flower blooming, and 12:5:20 plus calcium, magnesium, and sulfur is the cell division to make fruit of the durian bigger. And the disease, for the disease, the most effect for the durian is the fruit rot, root rot, and stem rot, which is caused by Phytophthora palmivora. You see in this picture, it is the symptom of the fruit rot and root rot and stem rot. For the insect is African red mite, aphid, thripe, and stem boring crops, like this one, because it is caused by the Coleoptera orders that inject their own larvae and put in side of the stem, and then it make the stem durian wound and that get disease. And this one is the symptom of the African red mite that suck the nutrient from the leaf. And for the pest control, we divide it in 3 parts: fungicide, biological control, and insecticide. For fungicide, we have to use the chemical we call trichoderma hydrogen peroxide to inject the improve or to get rid of the Phytophthora. And for the biological control, many farmers in Thailand, they try to release the scyphid, lady beetles, green lacewing that can eat aphid, which is the beneficial insect. And also they use plant extraction insect control by using toxicity, anti-fident, and repellent. And the last one is the insecticide, which is the chemical pyridabins to reduce, to get rid of the red mite. And here's the product, the harvesting products. It starts from June to July, and the yield of the product start from 16 to 120 fruit per tree. And durian is start blooming at or majority, the majority stage start from 90 to 130 days. And keep in mind that durian cannot supposed to harvest by machine, so all laborers have to use by their own hands, like to collect the durian from the field. And the process, many products we have seen in Thailand, for example, like ice cream products, like this picture, and durian chips, powder products, and durian jam, bakery, frappe shake, and dessert. They eat with a sticky rice and cereal durians flavor. They're all many things that produced from durian, fresh fruit. And the marketing is the export. Thailand export to many countries such as Hong Kong, Taiwan, China, Singapore, South Korea, Japan, and USA. And the price approximately start from 150 to 300. It means in Thailand, locally market and supermarket. You can find it everywhere. For the conclusion, durian is the most popular orchard fruit tree in the Southeast Asia, and durian provide high economic income for farmers. And montong especially is golden pillow, which is the most popular variety in Thailand. And that is all my presentation. So I hope you enjoy my presentation. And if you have any question, please feel free to ask me, and I really appreciate to answer your question. So thank you so much for take time to listen to my presentation.